The Bison Basketball Show with NDSU head coaches Dave Richman and Jory Collins. The Bison Basketball Show is presented by Gate City Bank for a better way of life and Pepsi.
Hello, Bison Nation, and welcome on in to another edition of the Bison Basketball Show, along with Bison Women's head coach Jory Collins. I'm Sam Neidermann. Great to have you along with us. Should be a fun show here for you today. And, Coach, appreciate you taking the time. A little bit of a different week when you've only got one game to prepare for on Saturday, but you end up getting the victory.
Yeah, it was a good week for us. We needed the time to get some people healed up. There's been a little sickness going around, all kinds of stuff, and get a chance to tweak some things. And then played, a really talented team in South Dakota on Saturday, and did enough to get the win. I don't know that we played our best game, but obviously we're happy with the win.
Oh, we'll take a look now at the highlights. NDSU and USD inside of the Shack. National Girls and Women's Sports Day Clinic before this one as well. Bison in the first quarter, trailing by 3. Abby Draper with a nice drive to the basket to get NDSU within a score of 11-10. You knew Grace Larkins was going to be a lot to handle here, Coach, and she certainly was, as USD had an early lead to get this going.
Yeah, you know what? She's a fantastic player, and they play to her in the middle of the floor as good as anybody. Did not want to see her get 47 points, but we're much more concerned with the total number, and 65 was only about 2 points off our game goals. So overall, from an outside perspective, I was pretty pleased. Individually, we got to do a little bit better job in some spots in there.
Bison trailing by 5 late in the first half. Avery Coonan with a big bucket to make it a one-score game at the break. Coming out of the halftime locker room, what were the adjustments, Coach?
Yeah, we weren't playing inside out as well as we could have. In the second half, we were able to play into our post players, let them dig and double us. Avery and Drapes take a lot of attention from the defense, and then we were able to just kind of start to make some threes and become a little more versatile offensively, playing inside and out.
Well, a little defense to offense here. It's our Gate City Bank player of the game, Marissa Frost, with the steal, coast to coast for the layup at the other end. Take one more look, Jory.
Yeah, just a really active player. I love Riz getting out in the passing lanes and being opportunistic in transition. When she gets ahead of steam to the rim, she's pretty good.
Third quarter belonged to Marissa and the Bison. She knocks down the tray. NDSU now on top. Late third quarter, USD with the response. The and one would make it 49-45, but the Bison still with the lead. A minute to go in the third. Inside out, Claire Stern, big-time triple.
Yeah, back-to-back threes for Claire in this game off post entry, and just being in the right spots out opposite where we like to practice getting that ball versus a double team. And 2 great passes by Avery and 2 great shots by Claire.
Larkins would keep at USD in it, but the Bison were able to close the book. Molly Lenz knocks down a 3. Coach, you had 10 three-pointers in this game, and then, of course, Avery Coonan a massive second half.
Yeah, Avery was phenomenal in the second half. I think another 20-plus point game for her. I think her last 4 or 5 games at home have just been, 20 points plus. So she's doing a great job there. We shot the ball, like I said, much better in the second half. It was great to see Molly go 3 for 4 again. She's been on a tear from the three-point line, hoping that could continue for us.
Oh, you see it right there. 3 of the last 4 over 20 points for Avery Coonan. Bison got 24 points off of the bench. Claire Stern, huge off of the bench. Marissa Frost, 13 points. Abby Draper finished with 10 points. Avery with 25. She was our Nodak Insurance Company player of the game.
Avery Coonan's our Nodak Insurance player of the game. New career high for you. What was working today?
Yeah, I think just pounding it inside, and they were really focusing on being like double teaming us in the post in the first half. But I think we just, with patience, we got it inside, and that seemed to work well.
What was the difference between the first half and the second half? Third quarter, you guys came out really strong, came out with the zone defense, and then opened it up. What was the difference there?
Yeah, I think we really just had to lock in on an offense and just, again, be patient and see kind of what opened up for us. And I thought we did a really good job of that in the second half, especially the third quarter.
I think an honorable mention for the player of the game should go to Claire Stern. We'll talk to her in just a moment. Near double-double for her. From her game, and how proud are you of her after this performance?
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She shows up every single day and works so hard, and she's had a huge impact on the team just to come in as a freshman and have that type of impact for us. It's been huge, and she's really stepped up, played with a lot of confidence today. I'm super proud of her.
Avery, congratulations. Thank you so much.
There you go, Avery Coonan, our Nodak Insurance Company player of the game. Coach, she was terrific. Mentioned Claire Stern there in the interview as well. Everybody contributing in a big win over USD.
Yeah, and we needed everybody. And it's fun to watch Avery just continue to develop and grow and become a go-to player for us. She's just been really, really good here in the last couple weeks, and it's a great time. It's getting into February, and you want to be playing your best basketball right now, and she's most certainly doing that for us.
No doubt about it. NDSU with a huge game coming up against SDSU this week as well. We'll get into a little more on that when we return. But first, we'll take a timeout. And when we come back, you're learning about a new Bison. She's waiting in the wings, getting to know Karrington Asp after this.
Better starts with convenience. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. ATM fee refunds and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Did you know the HPV vaccine, which prevents certain cancers, is older than the iPhone? Boost your confidence and your immunity. Get vaccinated. A healthy dose of information.
PetroServe USA gets the job done, giving you a peace of mind for all your propane needs. We provide scheduled home delivery, competitive pricing, and expert customer service from our knowledgeable techs. Call or go online today to learn more about our propane services and how convenient it is to order and pay online at PetroServeUSA.com. Your member-owned cooperative, PetroServe USA, helping America fuel better. USA. Call today.
There's something new near NDSU. First Western Banking Trust now has a location on the Bison block, right where you need them to be.
Introducing our newest location, right across from campus. Same great service and same great people you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Shields.com has everything.
Except the Ferris wheel.
Okay, it can't be done.
Shields.com still offers everything else the store does.
Yeah, like selection.
Premium brands.
More colors, sizes, and styles.
Easy in-store pickup.
Or fast, reliable shipping, vroom, right to your door.
Plus the Shields guarantee.
Shields.com has everything.
Shields.com really does have everything. Except the Ferris wheel.
Shields.com. Everything but the Ferris wheel.
Can I get in on that?
Did you know RSV can be dangerous for infants and some young children? Boost your knowledge and your child's immunity. Get vaccinated. A healthy dose of information.
Better starts with convenience. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. ATM fee refunds and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Welcome back to the Bison Basketball Show. Jory Collins, Sam Neidermann, glad that you're with us. It's time for this week's Olaf Anderson feature. We're getting to know a Bison who's waiting in the wings. We had a chance to catch up with freshman Karrington Asp.
Karrington Asp should be in the stretch run of her senior year at Western Dubuque High School. Instead, she's a month into her freshman season at NDSU, adjusting to life as a Division I student athlete.
I knew I was going to be fine. Like, God gave me this peace. Like, I know it was going to be stressful, but I was fine.
Asp joined the Bison women's basketball team in December, leaving high school after a standout career in Iowa. She made a pros and cons list about whether to stay or go.
I skipped my whole senior year, but it's fine. I didn't get 1,000 points, but, like, it's okay. Like, you got to make sacrifices. So I think it was a better decision still, even with the cons.
Okay, what was on the pros list?
The pros, literally everything. Getting up here, getting training in, like, getting stronger. I get to lift with the girls and, like, just getting experience before my actual freshman year.
Asp is here practicing every day with the Bison, going through workouts and sitting on the bench during games. It didn't take her long to adjust at college.
She belongs. There's no question about that. She'd help us a lot right now if we'd put her out there.
First practice, I went to set it, not a screen, but I went to guard like hedge off of a screen, and AK just ran right into me. But it's okay. I needed it, and I appreciate it.
First couple of days, kind of get knocked around a little bit when, that's allowed at this level. But I tell you what, she's acclimated pretty quickly and can give it just as much as she's taken it.
Asp is betting on herself that despite missing prom, graduation, and other senior moments, this will only help her in the long run.
And I'm pretty confident in myself. Like, I know what I can do, and I've had, people surrounding me that help me with my confidence. So, I just went into it, just going to go make the girls better, make me better. Got nothing to lose.
Reporting for WDAY Sports, I'm Dom Izzo.
There you go. Karrington Asp should be in her spring semester of high school, Jory, and now she's with the Bison, getting an early head start. How has it been welcoming her into the team?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. She's just handled it 10 times better than I even thought she would. I knew she would handle it well, Sam, but she's just jumped right in. I think, right in the middle of the season is a tough time to join a college basketball team, and she's jumped in, and after a couple weeks has really seamlessly made the transition. Plays on our scout team every day, getting to go against obviously some really good players in Drapes and Avery and Riley and Seisha every day and battle those guys. And just the amount that she's grown in a short period of time, just being in the environment, I think has made this well worth it for her.
Have you ever had that freshman come in a semester early in your career?
Have never had a freshman come in a semester early, and I think this was a unique circumstance for Karrington, and just giving her where she was at in high school, what she saw were maybe benefits, of coming here early. And I think it's going to turn out to be pretty good for her.
I can't wait. I know Bison Nation's really excited to see her in action, what she actually gets on the floor in a game situation. All right, Coach, we're going to take a look now at the conference standings as we get into the home stretch of the season. Big one coming up in the middle of the week against South Dakota State. They're in first place at 11-0. You see the Bison in second place at 8-2. Oral Roberts not far behind at 8-3. St. Thomas in fourth place at 6-5, and then the bottom half of the league standings. You talked about it. It's crucial these next few weeks, and we've got a big one coming up inside the Shack.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be somewhere at the top, Sam, and you want to be within striking distance. And obviously, we have a big opportunity on Wednesday to, inch a little closer to the top of the league. I'm super proud of our young team. Being in the position that we're in right now with 6 games to go, a whole bunch of basketball left to play. And plenty of opportunities in front of us for us to do all the things that we talk about doing.
I cannot wait. Should be a fun one, and looking forward to seeing what Bison Nation does inside the Shack, making an impact with the atmosphere. Jory, always appreciate it. Thanks for the time. Good luck, and we'll talk to you here soon.
You bet. Thank you, Sam.
Jory Collins with us on the Bison Basketball Show. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Dave Richman, he'll join us, and we'll talk some Bison men's hoops after this.
Better starts with convenience. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. ATM fee refunds and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Did you know the HPV vaccine, which prevents certain cancers, is older than the iPhone? Boost your confidence and your immunity. Get vaccinated. A healthy dose of information.
Hey, on the mountain we've got a saying. Get off your... Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew!
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
Did you know RSV can be dangerous for infants and some young children? Boost your knowledge and your child's immunity. Get vaccinated. A healthy dose of information.
Welcome back to the Bison Basketball Show. We're now joined by Bison men's head coach Dave Richman. Coach, always a pleasure to see you. Brand new week and coming off of another long road trip in Summit League play. Ended up getting the split with a win at Kansas City and a tough one on Saturday against Omaha.
Yeah, I think in a microcosm, Sam, that's a little bit where our group is at. You know, when you go on the road and a good road trip is split, and that's what we were able to earn. I'm certainly pleased with our effort Thursday night in Kansas City against a big, strong, physical team, and didn't respond the way we would have hoped on Saturday afternoon against a very good Omaha team. But we've got to get better this week, and ultimately everything we want is in front of us, and the only way you get there is by getting better.
No doubt about it. A lot of home games coming up inside the Shack. We'll look at those here in a second. But first, let's take a look at our highlights for the first game of the road trip for the Bison on the road at Kansas City. Early first half, NDSU down 10-9 to Javis Miller. Knocks down the three. That would give the Bison their first lead of the game, and they would not look back. Big 9-0 run here, Coach, setting the tone with Noah Feddersen on the slam.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a fitting piece right there with those two. I thought Jakari White all weekend was great. In this game, 15, 8, and 5. And Noah Feddersen, what can you say about him? 17 and 10, 8 for 8 from the field. Just a terrific job by those two this evening.
Jackson Boney knocks down to the three. Bison up 34-26, nearing the end of the first half. And then we're going to take a look more at this play, Coach. This was crazy. To Javis with the save, Brennan with the buzzer beater.
Yeah, like you said, we're going to take a look at it more in depth here in a little bit. But, obviously a big shot. But when you go back and really dissect the play, what a terrific save with an unbelievable find of Brennan by Javis right there.
And Brennan knocks down the three back near his hometown from Kearney, Missouri, just outside Kansas City. Buys it up 37-30 at the halftime horn. Noah Feddersen, you mentioned it, Coach, perfect in this game for the floor.
Yeah, I think Noah likes Kansas City. I remember last year, I believe it was, too. He had in overtime, he had a banked-in shot and then another three and just some really big baskets. And, Noah is just a terrific young man and very pleased to see him respond the way he did after a couple tough games the week before.
Well, the bank is open late night in Kansas City for Noah right there. That would make him 7 for 7, as Coach mentioned. 8 for 8 on the game. First Bison to go 8 for 8 in a game since Marshall Bjorklund 2012. Jackson Money was also superb at 24.
Yeah, again, just pleased for Noah to see those things happening, and Jackson's been just so consistent all year long on the offensive end for us and made some big plays. What a terrific play right here for Jakari to get this offensive rebound, go bang the three home like this, and really set the tone for us to finish down the stretch.
That would be the dagger. Jakari knocks down the tray, and the Bison make their free throws at the end. They win it 78-72 over Kansas City. Taking a look at the final numbers, Coach, you mentioned it for Jakari, 8 assists, a career high in the game.
Yeah, and we've really challenged Jakari, too, to be that complete basketball player, not just the scorer. He's just a very natural, very talented scorer. But because of that, he has the ability to create some other things. And you saw like that assist to Noah where he's getting into the paint, distributing, finding others, making others around him better because of the player he is. Really terrific for us to see.
Yeah, it was an awesome night for NDSU. They get the win. Mason Miller as well. Shout out to Mace. He scores his 1,000th career point in college basketball as well. All right, it's now time to take another look at the buzzer beater from Brennan. It's our assist of the game presented by Ameriprise Financial Services. Every assist counts. Join Jason Bedford with Legacy Financial Partners in honoring the game-changing plays at NDSU. Just like every assist matters on the court, Jason Bedford's advisors assist you in building a winning financial game plan. Every point, every moment, it counts. Coach, this was the final possession of the first half. To Javis, in midair, outside to Brennan.
Yeah, again, like I said, in the moment, I thought, just the ball just got chucked out to Brennan. Brennan, in front of a bunch of friends and family makes a big shot. But then when you go back and really dissect it, for Javis to have the wherewithal to not only save it, but to take a peek, find Brennan, I mean, just a terrific play. And then to your point, that ends up being a couple possession game. You know, that was a huge momentum boost for us going into halftime.
That was huge. One of the best plays we've seen so far in conference for the Bison, all in the win for Kansas City. All right, we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back with Coach, we're taking a look at Saturday's game at Omaha. That's on the other side here on the Bison Basketball Show.
Better starts with convenience. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. ATM fee refunds and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
PetroServe USA gets the job done, giving you a peace of mind for all your propane needs. We provide scheduled home delivery, competitive pricing, and expert customer service from our knowledgeable techs. Call or go online today to learn more about our propane services and how convenient it is to order and pay online at PetroServeUSA.com. Your member-owned cooperative, PetroServe USA, helping America fuel better. USA. Call today.
There's something new near NDSU. First Western Banking Trust now has a location on the Bison block, right where you need them to be.
Introducing our newest location, right across from campus. Same great service and same great people you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Shields.com has everything.
Except the Ferris wheel.
Okay, it can't be done.
Shields.com still offers everything else the store does.
Yeah, like selection.
Premium brands.
More colors, sizes, and styles.
Easy in-store pickup.
Or fast, reliable shipping, vroom, right to your door.
Plus the Shields guarantee.
Shields.com has everything.
Shields.com really does have everything. Except the Ferris wheel.
Shields.com. Everything but the Ferris wheel.
Can I get in on that?
Life is full of beautiful moments. Adventure, fun, excitement, and sometimes the unexpected can happen. With NODAC Insurance, you can keep doing what you do. Use our technology to file claims quickly online, on your phone, or lean on our award-winning service team so you can get back to what matters. Living life uninterrupted. NODAC Insurance. Agents with answers.
Welcome back on into the Bison Basketball Show, along with Bison men's head coach Dave Richman. I'm Sam Neidermann. Glad that you're with us. Let's take a look at the final game of the weekend for the NDSU men on the road at Omaha, taking on the team in first place in the Summit League. Coach got off to a great start with Jakari knocking down a three. And this one would be a little back and forth in the first half. Trailed by 13, then put together a big 9-0 run to force them to call timeout.
Yeah, we mentioned it first and foremost. You know, Jakari was terrific all weekend. Very, very pleased. He's responded from some adversity and just his competitive spirit, his competitive fire was terrific all weekend long. And you saw that really in both games. And him even challenging some of his teammates to get on that same page. It was great.
Yeah, Mason Miller with the bucket there. That would force a timeout from Chris Crutchfield. And then he knocks down the three at the other end. Next thing you know, 13-point deficit trimmed down to 3. Jakari had it working. And the shooter's touch, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely, and fun to see that. You know, obviously Jakari, very talented scorer. He was impacting the game on both ends of the floor and in different ways, like we talked about in particular with that Kansas City game. But I think what you saw here a little bit is a microcosm of where Bison basketball is at, and we've got to play with that intent and urgency. We've got to play with that assertiveness, you know, for a full 40 minutes, and we did that in stretches. Omaha gets up big, we battle all the way back. Same thing happens in the second half. Jackson makes some big plays down the stretch to cut it. But we've just got to find that intent and that urgency to be more consistent for 40 minutes.
A 10-point deficit in the second half for NDSU, but then, as you said, Coach, Jackson knocks down a 3, 4-point game. Once again, Jakari finds Jackson, another big 3. It's a 1-point game, 69-68 in the final few minutes. Then, unfortunately, Omaha would hit some big buckets. Tony Osborne had a big afternoon.
Yeah, you know, Tony is a fierce competitor and a young man that I got a lot of respect for. And he hit 2 really big dagger threes for Omaha, and they were deep. They were shots that were fairly well contested by some length from Derek, and then Brennan, I thought, was right there on that second one. And again, we've got to do a better job of, Sam, of not putting ourselves in a position where deep, tough shots like that really matter. And that's where those are big shots in that moments. But there's other moments within that 40 minutes that our attention to detail, our habits, our consistency has to be better.
No doubt about it. 85-74. The final score, as you take a look at the numbers, Jakari had 25 to lead the Bison, 5 more assists as well. He hit 5 threes in the game. It's the 5th time this year that he's had a game with 5 or more three-pointers. Jackson Money with 17 and 7. Mason Miller had 14 points as well. Now you get a look at the upcoming schedule here, Coach. Couple at home. It'll start with Oral Roberts Thursday and then Denver on Saturday. What's going to be the focus here as you guys get ready for a big homestand?
The focus is always better, and I think as you look at the standings, you know, some of our first level goals are, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, are probably out of the picture. To win that regular season, it's going to be really tough. We're going to have to, you know, be really on point, and some things are going to have to fall our way. But ultimately, the ultimate goal is still there for us to be playing our best and getting that NCAA tournament berth. And to do those things, you know, like I mentioned, we've got to find the consistency to the habits, to the details that winning plays matter all the time for 40 minutes. And, you know, we're taking punches very well. We're responding from punches. And, you know, basketball is a game of flow and runs and all those things. But we've got to be able to punch through and not dig ourselves some of those holes, you know, that we dug in particular against Omaha on Saturday.
Now, you mentioned the standings, Coach. We'll take a look at them here. As you look at what the picture looks like in the Summit, the final few weeks of the regular season, Omaha is in first place at 10-1. St. Thomas was able to sneak one out on the road against Denver. They're 9-2. SDSU 7-3. And then right in the middle of the pack there at the 5 for the Bison at 6-5. Obviously, you've got an opportunity to improve seeding and improve standings. And it comes down to Sioux Falls, as you referenced, Coach, making sure your group is in the best shape possible.
Yeah, improved seedings is certainly one thing, but we need to continue to improve, you know, our version of ourselves that we're putting out there. And we're playing a pretty good brand of basketball offensively. I'd like to see us get to the free throw line a few more times. But when you shoot 57% in the first half and you're down 4, that continues to be a reflection that we need to make strides. We need to improve, to your point, on the defensive end. And I heard it. I talked to the guys about it. Offense sells tickets, defense wins games, and rebounding wins championships. And, you know, those last 2 pieces for us, if we're going to be where we want to be and we're going to do the things that we know we're capable of down the stretch, we need to make strides. We need to be better. We need to improve in those areas.
2 big opportunities at home. Before we sign off, Coach, a message to the fan base to come out and pack the Shack.
Yeah, I know. I thought we had some just terrific, you know, attendance-wise. You go back to our game against South Dakota State, and then in particular against North Dakota. That's the spirit and atmosphere that we all love of college basketball. And we got a late-night game. Excuse me. We got a late-night game against Oral Roberts on Thursday night, and then a quick turnaround against a Denver team that's really tough, really competitive, especially on the defensive end on Saturday afternoon.
Little Bison Hoops after dark on Thursday.
I like it. Let's go.
Get it done. Yeah. National TV, cannot wait. It's going to be a fun one. We'll see you there inside of the Shack. Coach, always appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you, Sam. Thank you.
For Coach Richman, Jory Collins, our entire WDAY crew, including producer Mike Capel, I'm Sam Neidermann. Have a great rest of your day. We will see you at the Shack. This has been the Bison Basketball Show. Go Bison.
The Bison Basketball Show is presented by Gate City Bank for a better way of life. And Pepsi.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.